Yo, 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 what's up, Facebook? Welcome. It's Sunday, January 31st, the last day of the new year, the start of the new year, not the end. Pure and Uncut live with Coach V. Where you at? Where is he at? I can't hear you, Coach. I can't hear you. You got to unmute your mic. Well, he there. We see him, but we don't hear him.
Oh, I'm right here, baby. I'm right here. My bad.
See, you
my bad.
See what I'm saying? He gets so hyped, he forget. Then he got to push the button. Hey, but welcome, everybody. Welcome to Pure and Uncut Live. We live. We all the way live. We got a special guest in the building. We're going to introduce him shortly, but let's just talk about our week in review. Coach, how was your week?
Oh, man, my week was busy, man, and very productive. You know what I'm saying? This was my first full week back since I had them 2 asthma attacks, and thank everybody for sending out them, them blessings. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody.
Yes,
But yes, this past week was very productive, man, and busy, I had
cool.
many hours to do some catch up.
Well, we had a lot of things happen in the news. I know a lot of people are going to be tuning in, but we got to give our deepest condolences to man. This woman, she was just an inspiration. I know all of us.
Yes, she
Cicely
was.
Tyson, rest in peace. I was watching. You know what? Everybody, come on, y'all, give Miss Tyson a big round of applause.
No doubt.
I was watching her last night, and one of my favorite movies that she portrayed, the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all haven't seen that movie,
y'all better see it.
Please. It's on HBO Max. Check it out. I just gave them a plug. Hopefully they'll give us some money. Man, a lot of big moves going on with the Lions. We're going to talk about that at the 35 minute of the hour. But you know what? A lot of people, want to know about this brother that we got sitting here. And let me just tell y'all real quick. I've known this young man almost half my life. His family, his brother and I, Cal Harris, may he rest in peace. We went to high school together. This young man came in and instantly breathed a breath of fresh air into our Western high school basketball team. Instantly, he just brought a lot of energy, and a lot of people like watching him. I watched this young man, go all over the city and play. He didn't play it on everybody's court and gave him that smoke. But Alan B. Harris, y'all give it up for the brother.
Man. Welcome, folks.
Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate it.
We thank you for being here. Alan, 2021 has been, a start of a crazy year for us all. Yeah. But we want to talk about sports. So let's give everybody a little autobiography of Alan B. Harris as we pay tribute to Cicely Tyson.
Yeah, well, first of all, Coach, I appreciate you guys having me up here today. I think you guys doing a wonderful, reaching out and and talking about things that's important.
Thank you, Coach.
Wonderful thing, I hope you. I pray you guys can keep that going. It's much needed. So much negativity going on around here. When I see brothers doing something positive, man, I wish to throw all my support behind you. Anything I can do for you.
Appreciate you.
Like you said, man. Western High School was where a lot of things happened for me. It was sports. I'm playing basketball and being a part of that area. coming up, like I said, from a single parent family, you know, we had limited things going on. You know, we believed in outside all the time and playing in the playgrounds and you know doing those things that's like that. So you know, when I got to Western, you know, it was one of the points where I loved my high school. You know, I met some good people like yourself, you know, and your brother, you know, and everyone that we had a meeting with, and you know, and that was what we did. You know, sports was one of the things that I used to help me to get to where I want to try to be. Basketball, playing football at Western, you know, Coach Goldsmith, may he rest in peace. You know,
I remember him. I remember him.
He was one of the ones who went down. I was at Earhart Middle School. He came down and watched me play. You know, and I had some, you know, great opportunity at that time to try to showcase. You know, I was always undersized at 6 feet. You know, in high school playing the post. You know, so my biggest thing I said, well, you know, we didn't have a 3-point line, so everything that we did was 2 points.
Yes.
And so I don't know if you remember, Will. Remember that machine we had in there called the Leaper?
Yes.
Man, we spent so much time on a Leaper all the time.
Yes.
You know, so
but
that helped.
You know what, Alan? The one thing I loved about our gym is that you know we had 2 gyms.
Yeah.
And it was ironic that the gym that we used for our home games had the track.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things that we always practice.
Yeah.
Right. We practiced our jump shots from those corners because a lot of great things happened. That was the extra player.
Yeah.
Goldsmith used to always say, that's your extra defender. You know, he always talked about, you know, the baseline and out of bounds lines, but he always wanted to remind us of how important it was that we had that track. And that was so brilliant. They said Goldsmith came up with that.
Yeah, he did.
That was his idea.
That's right. You know
that
every time try to get that person in that corner and trap him in that corner of that track.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And so those were some things I remember was wonderful at Western, and you know, and just being able to get to that point where you know high school was a big part of my development.
Yeah, mine as well. Yeah, that was safe haven. High school was that safe haven.
Yeah, I mean,
especially with the sports and everything.
Exactly.
Did you realize at that age that you knew, you know what, I'm gonna be doing this, whether it's playing or coaching? Did you know at that time in high school, was that even remotely in your mind?
You know, I love this. I love sports. And it got to a point where I spent time conditioning my body to do it. I mean, you know, you playing football when it's snowing outside on the ground, you know, so your body's getting adjusted to to that, you know, and you know, we didn't have all the greatest technology and things like that, or the best equipment, you know, so we had to make do what we had. You know, so I always enjoyed playing sports and being a part of sports. I mean, I've always been active that way. I played baseball, but I never thought that it would take me to where I am now. I never thought it would do that. I just took it one day at a time and enjoyed it where I can do it, because actuality, you know, coming out of Detroit, you know, you didn't really know if you was going to, how far you were going to make it. Growing up in the city, you just pretty much like, you know, you see a lot of things around you, so you just say, I just try to keep my nose clean as best as possible, you know, and just do what I got to do. That time to try to showcase, you know.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hitting multiple devices and hitting the wrong buttons. So tell us real quick. High school.
Yeah, high school.
Great career.
High school was a great experience. Like I said, we won some games there. We won a couple of district championships. You know, I was there from I got there 81, 82, graduated in 1985. And I still say 85 was the best class to come out of Western.
So you played around when McKenzie had that powerhouse back then with Keith Walker and all them.
Russell. and Ted McCree.
Yeah.
You guys,
you know, Richard Hunter, Greg Washington, Boyce. Well, a lot of them guys is probably gonna be like,
man. But they was, but I tell you with the Richard Hunter and the Robert Booman Johnson and Eric Johnson,
yes,
Clarence, Tyrone,
right.
rest in peace, and Boise Webb, Ricky Allen,
yes.
So that team that we took Southwestern, played them 3 times in '83 when we went all the way to Eastern Michigan, and wound up meeting Antoine Joubert and the judge. But we both, that was rivalry, man. That was
yeah.
And
that was the good old days.
Yeah, I went to Northwestern class of '82. I played football there, and
LeGrier.
We used to have some rivals with Weston and Chatsey and all that.
Yeah. The crazy part? Well, I came home from school and I got hired by the Detroit Board of Education, and guess what my first assignment was?
What's that?
Chatsey.
Oh man.
Yes.
Chatsey was with Demetrius Gordon. May he rest in peace. Also, Larry Bryant. Him and I played in college together from that year. And Iceman. Remember Iceman?
Yes.
Jerome Taylor. Chatsey was tough too. Chatsey
was very tough. They were very tough.
And
here's
Northwestern tough.
My little brother. Yeah. So my little brother, I was coaching Howard Isley and my little brother. I had my summer league team along with my middle school, team. I had them in the summer league. And so Miss Rowans, I don't think you remember Miss Rowans. I think she left when you came.
Miss Rowans.
But she was our assistant principal. She was assistant principal at Western, and she became the principal at Chatsey. And so she hired me.
Okay.
And so she offered me the opportunity to be the head basketball coach.
Okay, at Chatsey.
Okay. But I was still so committed to St. Casimir. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was my first season. I thought that was, kind of like would have been a slap in the face, you know what I'm saying, to Sister Leonard and, all those great people over there that, gave me that opportunity. So I passed it, but my little brother ended up going there and Howard Isley. We got Howard there. I was stacking the team there. You know what I'm saying?
And Howard
but
Isley.
Unfortunately, for that idiot coach there, I'm not gonna say his name because I won't give him that.
I know you're talking.
He just didn't know how to use. He had an out cold. When I tell you, we built a team over there for him, out cold team, and he just let it slip. Howie wasn't happy. We always call Howard Howie. So when y'all hear me say Howie, I can't front for the cameras.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Howie was really upset. He said, "Hey," I'm like, "Man, what's going on?" He said, "You got." So I was on a bye week. Fortunately, I got a chance to come check them out, and I was watching how they were using my little brother and Howie, and I was like, "What?" I mean, not just them two guys, but that main group. Howie's man, he was like, "What the heck? You got an opportunity to beat Notre Dame? You a DJ, and you putting your best players on the bench?"
Wow.
I couldn't believe. But anyway, but yeah, I had that opportunity.
But you know what? It's all this. A lot of people that's watching on my end, that's from other states, and we talking about these different schools. It's sad that it's the memories is there, but all the schools that made a difference in Detroit are not there anymore.
Yeah,
like
right.
McKenzie, Redford, Murray Wright,
West,
man, they not there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, especially Southwestern, because that was just such a great rivalry.
Yeah,
the Westerns and even Northwestern, even though it's there, it's not because
it's not.
Went through that whole when the Detroit public schools, collapsed and the state came in and they didn't collapse. They did. came in and took over. Northwestern really wasn't Northwestern because it was, I
No,
think,
it
5
wasn't.
schools in one building.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now they're getting back, but they're not back. You know, it's just,
It's not the same.
all I gotta say is Detroit. We you know, and when I say we, you know, even though I stayed here, you know, I came back and I did everything in my power. We failed our kids.
Man,
We
Detroit,
failed them.
it's different now.
Yeah.
It is. It's a big
You know.
difference. And if you to way the school was back then, now a child can go anywhere in the system now.
Right.
Go to any school now. Say he live over here 8 Mile in Grassy, he can go to Henry Ford if he wanted to. There's, you know, where they gonna stack the cards up at over there. And I think that's not fair because it's not giving opportunities to schools to develop their program.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Well, you know,
schools,
that was done on purpose. You know,
schools,
that was done on purpose, and a lot. I mean, you know, and some of these coaches is gonna get mad at me, but I don't
no,
care.
but it's
I
the
have to
truth.
call
It's
it
the
for
truth.
what it is. You know, Welcher, I love him. Now, you know, that brother gave me great opportunities. You know what I'm saying? He had my back, but right is right, wrong is wrong. And the deck was stacked because we knew, come on, let's keep it 100. Before there was a Thomas Welcher, there was Cass Tech. We all had W's on our calendars when we played Cass back in the day. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That was a W. You
Oh,
put
yeah.
that on the calendar.
Oh, yeah. That was an automatic win.
Brainiacs, that's cool. They can, you know, they the smart kids, but when it comes to athletics,
after a while they figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, no, but guess how they figured it out? They figured it out by stacking, which is what Coach said. They stacked the deck when they took and they removed districts. Remember, we all were in districts.
Yeah. Exactly. East, west.
Yeah.
I mean,
Southwest,
west.
We
Northwest,
had districts.
You know,
They broke it up. So wherever you lived at, that's the school you had to go to. That was in that district.
Right.
And so when they broke that up, East English Village, which used to, became, took Southeastern. They took players from Southeastern, from Persian, well, they didn't really get them from Persian. Persian was able to still kind of stand on its own. But Kettering, they closed it down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Southeastern, when I coached at Southeastern, we had maybe 1,000 students. I mean, we were lucky if we had 1,000 kids at a building that was built to hold 5,000.
Wow.
But we can keep going in that politics. We really want to. So Alan, kind of tell everybody, take us through after high school.
Yeah. So pretty much like say after high school, my mom told me I was going to do one of two things: go to college or go to the military. And one thing she has made clear to me about. So I said, well, we'll see what happens. And actually, I thought I was really going to be going to the military. So let me tell you, it's you mentioned Greg Washington earlier, and Greg Washington, a standout at Western, University of Michigan, Central Michigan.
I think it was Eastern or Western Michigan.
But he was like in the neighborhood. He was our neighborhood role model. You know what I'm saying?
Role model for real.
Him, Larry Goss. Larry Goss, man, he rest in peace. They were ones who took like young guys like myself under their wing and was like, hey, make sure you guys do what you got to do. So I always send a shout out to Greg Washington, all the time.
Yeah.
And then, but after high school, this is the school, Siena Heights College, in Adrian, Michigan. We had some alumni from Western who went there. And you talking about Lawrence Miller, Reggie Moore, John Dillard, some of those names from Western. They Heights. And so one day I started getting recruit information from different schools: Alma, Olivet, Calvin, as U of M, different schools. Just reaching out to me, to play. So wound up looking at it for a minute and said, look, let me see what's going on. So Siena Heights was where I wound up ending up after it all happened. And being at Siena Heights was there, changed the game. Ben Braun was the one who recruited me. He later went on to be the Eastern Michigan head coach.
Right.
then Fred Smith, who was the assistant, came in and he became the head coach. He was the head coach there for many years after that. But we was there, Siena Heights. I was there. I learned a lot, grew a lot. Was part of district championship teams. Went to the Elite Eight, Kemp Arena. During my time playing ball there. I was known as a high flyer. I had a 42-inch vertical leap, so I just thought I was.
Yes, sir.
And like I
said, leap out the gym.
Man, look, they didn't have a 3-point line, so everything was 2. I just said, I'm just going to take it to the basket.
Exactly.
Didn't have a great jump shot, but I said, I know if I can get to the basket, I know I can put it in there.
But your brother had a nice jump shot.
Calvin did. Calvin was one of the ones that
yes.
he didn't play the sports in high school, but he could play. He was more ROTC. Yeah. That was one of the biggest thing he did.
Yeah, we both. Yeah, we were both.
Did it.
Yeah, we were both ROTC. I grew. I
think you told me about
ranks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think you told me about that.
They used to call me Adolf Hitler. No, it wasn't. Look, it wasn't because I was a dictator. That wasn't a slam. What it was is I was an officer,
mm-hmm.
and so I ended up becoming the battalion commander for the whole state of Michigan. Mm-hmm. So I was in my uniform 3 to 4 days a week.
You know who we used to call you? I don't know what. I remember this show that came out some time back, but we used to call you Sergeant Waters. Remember that? It was
I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I got to remember, but the show, the character, his name was Sergeant Waters. He was a stern military guy. Boy, he took.
Mm-hmm.
He was no nonsense, man. And we was like,
that sounds like Coach Will.
Well, they'll tell you because we were in band. I was a musician as well.
But so was I.
And I know what I'm saying. We were in band, and they'll tell you anything about me. Whatever I did, and this is something that my mother and my father instilled in me.
Mm-hmm.
Give 110%.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you suck.
Yeah.
Give 110% as sucking.
That's right.
So that was just something that was instilled in me. So Alan, you go to college, you have a great career, and then you graduate, and now you find yourself where?
See, I graduate, I find myself chasing that next level professional dream. Spend some time back and forth overseas, doing different things over in Madrid, different other places. Just trying to chase it. Then after a while, you realize, it's time to do some other things now.
Yeah.
Graduate degree from Siena Heights with a bachelor's degree in social work, and decided to.
And that fits your character. Let me tell y'all, he was always the peacemaker.
Yeah, I had to be.
He was the peacemaker, even on the court. He was the peacemaker. I'll never remember seeing this guy get in a fight. That's the one thing I'm sitting up here searching my memory. I'm like, I never seen him in a fight. Lunchroom. Yeah. Oh yeah. Where we came from. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was eat or be eaten. You know what I'm saying? And so we definitely had to. You had to have these, and you had to have good legs. You had to be able to run. So you have to be able to pick your battles wisely.
Yeah. Right.
The thing about it is, having an older brother, it helped me out a lot. Not having to fight. So,
and he ain't take and he ain't take no mess. He was, I'm gonna tell you about these guys. Very mild mannered brothers, but hey, if it's time, if they gotta put them hands down, especially Cal, you know what I'm saying. But he was a peacemaker too.
Yeah, he was. Like I said, that's why
he was a peacemaker.
Yeah, him and I, we just basically just spend our time just trying to find alternative ways of dealing with stuff. You know what I mean? Because I don't want. And in school, look, I couldn't get no fight. I couldn't get suspended from school. You know what I'm talking about? Because mama went, mama's single parent, raised 4. I can be as calm as I possibly can be. But and that's just how that was. We just try to take care of business that way, and then and so I mean, Siena was a great life, I had gotten married, after college and everything, and of course, the story, get married, get divorced, at that point, I said I need to change my sky. I need a new sky over my head. My mom had passed away my senior year of college.
Right.
So that was
May she rest in peace. Yes.
No
Thank
doubt.
you. That was very devastating. It was a shocker. We were, one. If I'm home fall break, and next thing she's gone Sunday morning. So that was that changed a lot of dynamics of my whole thinking pattern. I wasn't making great choices, great decisions. But the best decision I did make, I feel, was to relocate from Detroit at that time. Did that, was able to come down to Elizabeth City, North Carolina, where I live now. Spent some time doing a number of different things as far as social work, working clinical therapy, working with young men, helping them to young men at risk, helping them to identify and find what they want to do, get them graduates from high school, get them in college, military, wherever it was going to be to help them be successful. So I was doing a lot of that. And then, of course, they saw me and they said, hey, we heard about your background. You have a sports background. You have thought about education. I didn't until they said, well, you can work in education, have your summers off, still get paid. So I said,
exactly.
That sounded like a plan. But at the same time, I realized they were trying to identify me as a coach. So, but I didn't mind that because I enjoy working with kids. I've elementary school, I've coached high school, I've coached college, I've coached teams to state championships. And that got me to where I am now. I've coached Division I, Division II, college basketball, and now being at where I am, I've been Atlanta Christian University, the head men's basketball coach, going on my 10th year.
Wow.
It's been great. It's been a wonderful ride. Wow. Met the love of my life.
You guys won Alan, you guys won an NIT championship, didn't you?
Yep, we did back in 2018.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a young man on my team from Detroit. So I recruit from Detroit area.
Yes, sir.
Any young
You're
man
supposed to
want to come play ball down in North Carolina, you tell them you send them my way.
Yep.
Have a young man.
Definitely.
I'll just sit here listening to you, and hey, you. I want to say, man, you are an amazing man, amazing coach, in what you're doing, man, and I'm proud of what you're doing. I've took the same step that you did. Growing up in Detroit, Northwestern, went to college. I was in college for a year, and you know how the streets was in the 80s.
Exactly.
And I was a product of that, and I caught a case in 86, and I didn't come home till March 4th, 2004.
Okay.
But when I came home, I said, I'm going to relocate. And when I relocated down south.
Right.
And I never coached here in Michigan.
Right.
Never.
Well, don't say never. That's how you and I.
Yeah. Okay. But we only went so
look, that lady's gonna jump on you, coach. They gonna jump on you. Hold on, what you mean?
But down in the South, coaching was really elevated for me to change my perspective of life. Period. And I got that from what you had just said. You know what I'm saying? And when I relocated, man, it made a difference in my life.
Right. And even though I relocated, I still have a lot of love for Detroit. I have
no doubt.
Have that. God, He placed us in positions where He wants us to be.
Right.
I've met the love of my life down here. My wife Josie. We have 2 wonderful children.
Praise
I have total of 4. Okay, we have total of 4 children.
And they beasts.
My youngest Aaron, he plays football at North Carolina A&T right now. So he's
yes, sir.
More year. I got my daughter. She goes to Liberty State University. She's gonna graduate soon. I have my older 2, Ariel. My oldest daughter. She graduated from Columbia College in Chicago.
That's a business school, ain't it?
I got a performing arts program.
Okay, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, she's doing wonderful. Then my son, my namesake AJ, he's down here with me. He graduated from high school, doing his thing, football player. So it's been that way, and I try to I try to make sure that I'm better. I'm a better parent than what I received from from my dad not being there. My dad, don't get me wrong, my dad, he made the choice he made, and he was still my dad. So
That's right.
time, now I got to make sure that I get to that point where God can use me as a father, and that's the kind of role I take when I coach my young men. I treat them like these my own, and I'm gonna try to guide them, because coaching to me now, it's not a job anymore. The coaching that I do is a ministry. It's the piece that I put together, that God has blessed me to do this every day, and I try to make sure that I steer these young men in the right direction as much as possible. Not so much as saying, "Hey, you're going to go pro," but let's look at your options and see what you can do, because there's some young men out here who might not ever pick up a basketball or football, but still have enough to be able to contribute to helping others, and that's the biggest thing.
That's right.
Exactly.
Really work to be a blessing to somebody else. That's the key. And I always try to push forth and let everybody know that. And so that's got me to where I am. I've completed my master's degree in education, my advanced degree in administration. Was given bestowed upon a honorary doctorate degree in philosophy from Berkeley University. So it's like a number of things, when someone can see that in you, and they want to say, "Hey, look, let's elevate you to this point," I'll be able to say, "Hey, good job," and after a while, I sit back at the night. I think I look back and say, "Well, I think my mom did okay with me. I think I turned out all right," and so that's my biggest thing, is just trying to always try to give back any way I can. I'm not a rich man in money, but I try to be rich in spirit that I can share with them.
No doubt.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's something, Coach, that because we got to move on to our next segment, but I just wanted to say that it's I believe that it was a privilege to be able to attend Western High School.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at all of our alumni,
Mm-hmm.
I see Nathaniel Hampton. What's up, Nate? Good to see you, bro. I wanted to call him by his nickname. We called him when he was in high school, but I ain't gonna do that. But
I do it. That's my brother there.
My brother.
Call him Goody.
Goody. No.
What up,
That's
Goody?
my man. But we all had a nickname. But one of the unique things that when I look at our alumni and whole, and you start dissecting it, you start seeing a lot of us chose those same paths or those examples that we had. We start talking about the Goldsmiths and the Mr. Gonzaleses and the damn, what was our band teacher? Why is his name just Mr. Raleigh? Yeah. When we start looking at because those men affected all of us in a positive way, the males and the females.
Yeah. You
can just really see it. So just big shout out, to Western High School, Western alumni.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait till this pandemic is over with so we can say that again.
Best high school around, man.
No, Northwestern, baby. Northwestern. Them Coats, baby.
Depends on who you're talking to. When's the last time Northwestern had a championship?
Yeah, it's been a while.
You know me, I'm big on chips. No, I'm just joking.
When they had those striped warm-up pants down at Callahan. Warm-up pants, Callahan Harbor. We was like, look at them.
That was the first time a high school ever came out like that too.
Yeah,
they was the first high school that ever came out like that.
Them warm-ups, man.
Road trotters.
You to the warm-ups.
Yeah,
and they were breakaways.
It was unique.
But you know what? That's another. Let me say this, Coach Will. You just brought up something. All the city and state championships always used to be played at Callahan Hall.
Callahan Hall, baby.
Yeah, always, man. And they don't do that no more, do they? They don't even.
No, you play the championship at Callahan Hall, but you get the training at St. Cecilia Gym.
Yeah, you
Right.
stay. Yep. Oh,
And let me tell you, that gym,
Sam Washington.
we always bring up Sam because he was such a big influence on all of us coming up at that time. And I tell people, if you didn't come up under Sam Washington, you missed out on how not. You know what? He was preparing all of us, whether we were players or coaches, or both. He was preparing us to be professionals.
Professional.
Yes.
Professional.
He was man. He was a business. He knew what he was doing.
It was another guy. He was real heavy set, just like Sam Washington, but he always was over at the West Side Cubs. They called him Doc.
I know you talking about.
You know what? I forgot. Yeah, I forgot all about him.
I know you.
He was affiliated with the West Side Cubs back then. You know, made Rest in Paradise. Yep. Sam Washington, they both molded us young men, man. Either you took heed to it or you didn't.
Right, exactly.
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this: coaching in the Catholic School League and being in the same division with Sam. And let me tell you the one thing I loved about him, and that always stayed with me, and always attempted to treat people the way he treated me and teach. Even though we were rivals for one day, a year on the court, if we didn't meet in the in the playoffs, he was always sharing.
Yeah.
He would hit me up. He's like Alan. Let me tell you something about Alan, and we're gonna get to what I know a lot of people want to hear. Hey, Nate said, "What's up?" Alan, when this brother tell you if there's anything I can ever do for you, don't hesitate to pick up the phone and hit me up. He don't be BSing on that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So for anybody that's listening, when this brother tell you he got you, he got you.
Right. Exactly.
Say the name of the university you're at again, because we want to make sure everybody hear this, because we got a lot of young men and young ladies here that are going to be looking for a university this fall or in the next couple of years.
Well, it's called Mid-Atlantic Christian University, located in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. We're part of USCAA Division I program. Right now, currently, we're due to COVID, our schedule got chopped up a little bit, but right now we're 4-0, number one in the nation, 2-0, number one in the conference. Okay, and so when we're a full service university, offer athletic scholarships and academic scholarships. We have a men's and women's basketball, volleyball, baseball. We have cross country. We have soccer. So it's a small Christian university down in Elizabeth City where we're doing big things. So,
hey, I always tell people, small is, a lot of people don't understand. Small organizations, small schools do big things.
That's right.
So, and the smaller the university, a lot of people don't understand. When you get to a smaller college, you get more personalized service.
Right. That's right. You get one-on-one. You get one-on-one.
You really do. It's a big difference. You go to those big, universities. You know what I'm saying? It's got 50, 60, 70, 100,000 students.
Yeah.
Maybe, and we're not even gonna count online and all the other things. When you start looking at that, man, you know what a number.
One thing I noticed is that we got to stop folks on where we got a degree from, and the biggest thing is get your degree.
Get your degree.
There you go.
Get it.
I regret it right to this day.
If
I didn't play football, I should stay and got my degree.
Yeah,
it's never too late, Coach.
Never too late.
Oh, I know that.
Never.
But shout out to my son, my firstborn, William R. Hughes. Obviously, it's that bit the H, but he just graduated with his bachelor's degree in business.
That's what's up.
Yeah, my man.
Yes, sir. He just dropped his second mixtape album.
Okay.
Numbers is looking good. We got some other things planned. You know, I don't like to throw out everything out there,
That's
but
correct.
father and son coming together. We've come together to form another business opportunity, and so I'm really excited about that, and excited the fact that when you can help your children, but I'll say that for another time because I want to get into what we can talk about. We can start talking about ourselves. I don't want to do that.
Can I get a quick shout out to all my brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated? Yo, Noops.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
let's go.
We got to talk about the news.
Yeah.
What we hear. What we here to talk about. We got lots. So, real quick, Detroit Pistons beat the Lakers.
Yeah.
A couple of days
ago. Detroit. Good job.
I'm gonna celebrate that.
Yeah.
With LeBron James and Anthony Davis on the court. With both of them on the court.
Now, my business partner. He just dissected the poor Pistons, and he was like, man, they ain't doing anything. I said, yes, they did. See, one of the things this is where people who are sports fans, and there's a difference between being a sports fan and being what I consider a student, of the game. If you go and you tell those players, that ain't mean anything. Those guys was out there on that court playing, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't really understand. I don't care what anybody tell me. If you have never played organized sports on a high level, high school is okay, depends. But when you start talking about college and above, that's a whole totally different beast. When we talk about what you have to put your body through. Now, imagine being a student athlete in college. You got 2-a-days. If your program is struggling, you might have some 3-a-days, thrown in, and you still got to go to class.
Still got
to get your strength and conditioning in.
I get it.
Never down. For me, I've always taken my L's the same way I take my W's, with a big smile on my face, because it's a lesson that that you learn. And both winning and losing.
Right.
So for me, it's a smile on my face. So when I hear people, the Pistons are in they're in rebuild mode. I don't care what you say when you're looking at Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose still on that team. And even though they have a few players, I think the average year pro player on the team is 4 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's rebuild.
Yeah.
That's rebuild. So, don't take 5 wins out of 16 games. Come on.
Yeah.
It's hard to get in the NBA. People don't realize that when you get to that next level, when you get to college and you get to the pros, no matter what level of the pros you play on, it's hard to win.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
And then you got to look at what Detroit doing with Coach Casey. They on a rebuild, but they going in night and day. They going out there on that court playing their hearts out. And the way they played against the Lakers, it took them to a different level. Okay, we beat the Lakers with LeBron and Davis on the court.
Yeah.
Davis wasn't on the court. He wasn't on the court. No, he didn't play that game. I watched the whole game. He was on the sideline though. He was there. He contributed. Mentally.
Yeah. But still, though, that let them know it's gonna take a minute for Detroit to get together, to bring their chemistry together. But I think they're headed in the right direction.
Yeah. I like Coach Casey. I have a lot of respect for him. Anybody that said that he's a bad coach, they don't know what coaching is. He's really good with working and developing players. I hope that one day if not the Pistons, another organization will take him serious. That not only is he a good coach to develop players, but he can definitely get you to that next level. Toronto just didn't. I honestly didn't understand that move. Did you, Alan? I mean, Ben, come on, you're a basketball coach.
Yeah,
Did you understand that move?
You try to look at, try to do best fits as much as possible, but I didn't really understand what they were thinking, what they doing as far as that go. I was
right.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah. But hey, things work the way it works. I know what it feels like, to have had the opportunity and to get fired mid-season. Like, whoa, What the heck? I mean, but that's just it's a business still at the end of the day.
It's a business.
So
yeah.
I know with everybody, I put it up on the screen.
Oh man.
Everybody, is talking about what happened 12 hours ago. Well, actually 13 hours ago. Matthew Stafford was traded to the Los Angeles Rams for Jared Goff and some draft picks. Now, I've heard a lot of different things. What do you think, Coach? Do you think this was you're a coach. You kind of like the GM too. You kind of play all of the heads, on building your teams. What do you see with this move?
You talking to
Alan?
Oh.
No, I was talking to Alan.
Oh. Hey, look. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I play fantasy football, right?
Oh, okay.
So you build a team for fantasy football. I know fantasy is fantasy, but what we do for entertainment. And Stafford has always been my quarterback.
Same here.
Always been my quarterback. And even though I feel that it's not so much that they look at the quarterback and change the quarterback, but what about the supporting cast?
Thank you.
What about the supporting cast? What are you building around the individual that can help them be successful? A quarterback, of course, they drive the team, but what is going to be different with Goff coming in, who I still wonder about, if you don't have a supporting cast around them for them to be successful in the first place?
Well, here's my take, and then I know because Coach and I, we in our pre-production meetings, we talked about this morning, and one of the things that I said is in my opinion, this looks more like a rebuild, more so than just exchanging a quarterback for a quarterback. I still, because if I'm the Lions, this is how I view it. I view it, okay, I'm not really that happy with Goff. You know what I'm saying? But Goff wasn't happy in LA as well.
Right. That's true.
Okay.
That's
true. So let's just keep it 100. And we know that if an athlete, especially a pro athlete, isn't happy where they're at, it does affect their performance on the field.
True.
I don't care when LeBron wasn't happy in Cleveland, he still had good numbers, but people were still picking him apart, still picking his game apart.
Yeah.
So, if you're not happy, so for me, I look at this, we already had 5 draft picks on the table for this upcoming draft. Now we have 7. I'm sorry, 8.
8.
No, 7 for this one, and I think there's some other picks for 2022 and 2024 on the table. So I look at it from that perspective and point of view. Good move. I mean, when you start looking at these guys' stats and everything, of course. I mean, Coach, jump in real quick because I know you got your before I go.
Yeah, I got a lot to say on this. I think I'm gonna tell you this. My perspective of this here. I'm a Matthew Stafford fan, and I've said it before. I watched that young man play when I lived in Georgia. I had the opportunity to go up to Athens and Stafford Field to watch Matthew Stafford play, and I said he gonna be something great in the NFL because how he carries himself, how he play. He's a fighter. He get hurt and he get right back in the game. You know what I'm saying? He's about the team. Now, I think that the Rams got the better end of it because number one, where Stafford going, they got a defense. I think they rank the top 5 in defense right now. You got Jamie Ramsey, Sam Donald. You know, they got a hell of a defense down there. I'm talking about from the D line to the edge rushers to the linebackers to the DBs. They solid. And that's something with Detroit we didn't have. So you got to accommodate. You got to accommodate the offense. And that's something Detroit defense didn't do.
But let me say this. I think this is where we kind of, and if I can put my own personal perspective on it, it's a win for both teams. And if you even read Ian Rappaport, that's what he said. He says this is a win-win. This is a win-win and a lot of people are saying, well, how is this a win-win for Detroit? This is a win-win for Detroit because, in my opinion, depending on Detroit now, last week, Coach and I talked about this, and Alan, please feel free to jump in and tell us if you agree or disagree. But we said last week that when first Jacksonville, now with the new coaching move and everything, they shook up the draft. Yeah. Now I believe that the Detroit Lions now are in that same conversation of shaking up the draft. You know what I'm saying? Now a lot of people are going to have to, because that seventh pick in the first round is important.
Yeah.
It's just as important as that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including down to that 10th pick.
Yeah.
Then we start looking at where we're at, and we got some first round draft picks.
Right.
We got first round draft picks for Matthew Stafford.
Right.
Not a pick. We got picks.
Yeah.
So you're talking about one. We all said if Matthew Stafford had to go to a team, we wanted him to go to a team where he had an opportunity to go far in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This gives him that opportunity.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Us in return, we needed good either money or good draft picks. I think we got both. From the money part, we got a decent player, a decent quarterback.
Yeah.
His numbers are so close. He and Matthew Stafford's numbers are so close. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
The only thing that separates them percentage-wise is like a half a percentage point. Mm-hmm. And their quarterback rating, their passer completion rate. I mean, I have the stats right here. I can just read them line for line. But here's the difference. We've got one quarterback who's a little older, 32, going on 30. He'll be 33.
Right.
When the 2021-2022 season starts. Mm-hmm. He's been injured a lot, but still showing that he can be durable.
Yeah.
Then you look at at Goff. Goff has what? A thumb, injury. You know what I'm saying?
26.
And he played through it.
Yeah.
Also, you're talking about Goff probably coming. He's comfortable. He knows this general manager because this general manager was responsible for scouting him and getting him to the Rams.
Right.
So
that's true.
I just have to, go with Rappaport on this and say this is a win-win right now on paper.
Yeah. I agree. I wasn't
say paper because
I wasn't knocking that. I was just only really saying somewhat a comparison with the Rams and the Lions. You just said that Goff said he wasn't happy there, and
he wanted out.
For whatever reason, I don't understand because defense what makes the team.
Yeah,
defense what makes the team. Defense what wins.
But coach, if you're not a defensive player. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on to a degree on that side of the ball, but you still got to be happy with the organization. You know what I'm saying? You got to be happy.
Whatever was going on with him in the front office, we don't know. You understand?
I don't think it was the front office. I think it's the coaching. See, these young coaches do bring, and we've all been young coaches. Okay, young coaches do bring a different type of beast to the table. Right. And young coaches are just like young players. You know what I'm saying? They're coming in, ego comes into play. You got to think of, man, look, I don't care what nobody say. The male ego, especially the male athlete ego, is a beast. You put those things together and those egos don't align, you're talking about all kind of chaos.
Right.
You know, and Goff this is his 4th year. The average NFL quarterback starts to really come into their own by year 3, year 4, and start to have an identity, start to see things, you know what I'm saying? The game, not just your game, but they start to see the game. And so I think in this situation, Goff's he's seeing some things going on in LA, and like, hold on, I don't think this is a good move for me.
Well, I'm gonna say this. You know, I like Goff. You know, he showed me something when he, you know, playing with that one, you know, his injured thumb in the championship when he was playing. I think it was Seattle they played against. Seattle. He picked Seattle apart. My only thing is this here with Detroit. Detroit's shaking up things right now, as far as in the front office. You know, that's something they haven't did since, and we just talked about that since Wayne Fonts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They shaking up that front office. They making the right moves, bringing in the right people. Now with the coaching staff, you know, Coach Will just told me they either gonna bring in Hines Ward or Randall Hill for receiving coach. They just brought in Deuce Staley, and I thought Deuce Staley was still in Philadelphia. You know,
and so, Deuce is not only is he the running backs coach, but he's the assistant head coach.
Yeah, and Deuce Staley is one of the top NFL running backs a while back ago. You know, he knows football. So
imagine Swift getting coached by this guy.
Yeah, yeah. And then if they keep Adrian Peterson, which I hope they do, you know, that's add more fire with the Lions on building their organization. But again, you have to show me something what they're gonna do on defense, because defense and that offensive line, they need to rebuild that whole structure right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the question. With either Hines Ward or Randall L becoming a wide receivers coach for the Lions, what does this do now for Galladay?
Ooh, if I was Galladay, I would stay. I would stay because you bringing in you got 2 top-notch receivers, not just because Randall is my Islamic brother, but both of them were some beasts. You know, they were some beasts in the NFL. You know, they both. I think Randall was a little bit faster than Hines Ward. You know, he was a little bit faster than him. But both of them was great route runners.
Yeah.
They know how to adjust their body to the ball.
They know how
you know what I'm saying? I mean, they did everything right on the field and off the field. You never heard really no scandals or anything that was going on with either one of them.
Right.
So bringing in either one, Randall Will or Hines Ward, would be an A+. Hands down, would be an A+. And Galladay would be a fool. Right. You know? Now you got somebody that's gonna really teach you.
I don't necessarily want to say be a fool. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, players are in this league to get paid. You know,
exactly.
Free agency has its benefits. You know, it could be a curse, or it could be a blessing.
But you gotta look at it. Galladay is still young. What is 27?
Yeah, but look, let me tell you something else. See, I could part ways with Galladay looking at who's in this draft. What's that kid from Alabama?
Deontay Smith. Deontay Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on now.
The
Lions have
I saw one of the mock drafts that I thought was DJ on his mock draft on ESPN had Deontay Smith at 7 going to Detroit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
told her, look, again, all I'm saying is we can keep saying same old Lions, but one thing I can say, I
I
haven't
can't say the
been
same on Lions
this
now.
excited about the moves I'm seeing made on paper. Again, guys, we saying on paper. We still haven't seen a complete product, being rolled out. But when you look at where this organization is sitting, and Coach and I had this other conversation. Miss Ford, the new owner, she's
Yeah,
a different type of Ford.
she is.
Yeah.
She
She's
is.
a different type of
She
Ford. I'm
is.
seeing that.
And you can look at her and see she want to win.
Yeah.
She want to bring the roar back in Detroit. She
Mm-hmm.
wants to win.
And
You
we
know what
have
I'm
a
saying?
good balance of African American finally,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
on this team.
Detroit haven't won a playoff since Barry Sanders. What's that, over 30-something years?
1991,
Since Barry
92.
since
No,
Barry
what was that?
Sanders.
90? What was that, like 94, 95?
When they
Yeah.
beat Dallas. When they
Yeah.
beat Dallas.
So yeah. So for me, I'm excited to to continue to see this and that's the cool thing about what I love about. And Coach, just talk to us real quick. Kind of give everybody a quick glimpse of being a Division I coach. What is it like having to put your teams together? This is something you go through every year, and the coaching for you never stops.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that if you notice, there's a shift in that a lot of those players, those really good players, that they'll come from high school and then they'll reclass, going to a Christian school to reclass. They can get another year to get better. You have that. You have that happening, and then you have the AAU circuit, where a lot of the players that come from AAU. But then you also have this, what's happening. People got to watch this. A lot of the best players that's out there are not choosing to go to the top D1 schools.
Exactly.
They're at the point now, I don't want to sit and wait my time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to a school where I can go average 20.
Exactly.
And make a difference right away. So where I'm at, it's like I've gotten a couple of like solid players. Like, for example, young man is playing for me now. He's a current first team All-American from Detroit. Name is Kevin Fletcher.
Oh wow, you got Fletch.
He played for Antoine Jobert at Oakland College, and he's a first team All-American for me, and he has another year next year.
Wow.
But see, he could have gone to any school, he wanted to, but he I want to go somewhere where I can play right away. I want to play. I don't want to sit and wait a year learning the system. I want to come and play. And that's how I'm able to get young men who can go play for the schools like the Norfolk States, the Hampton University, maybe the Elizabeth City State University, the Howards, the Morgan States, those young men who might be in Detroit might say, look, Wayne State is looking at me. Eastern Michigan is looking at me. Young man played for me 2 years ago. Dixon Agua. He came from Wayne County Community College.
Mm-hmm.
He could have gone to Eastern Michigan, easily played. He could have gone to Western Michigan, any one of those schools, but yet he said, Coach, I want to go and play. I want to go play right away. Injured his foot, his ankle. Eastern Michigan stopped talking to him. All those schools, they stopped talking.
Yeah, they do that.
And when I found out, a young man named Charles Taylor, he and I played together in college. He said, hey, this young man is available. I came and I signed that young man in his living room. Came down and became the leading rebounder. He became All-American. We won a national title, and he's currently playing in Japan.
See?
That's what I'm talking about.
And so that's what happens for a school like mine, or these of smaller or lower, lower D1 schools. Those young men say, "I'm gonna come play. I'm gonna go to a school where I can play right away, as opposed to sitting."
And that's something that I applaud what you doing and what Deion Sanders doing down there and at that college there, because a lot of cats now is finna start going to these small colleges, these HBUs. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because they want to play. Because you look at not like Michigan of Alabama and all them, you're gonna sit a year. They're gonna redshirt you.
Yep.
Even if you're a good player, they still gonna sit you.
And
And a
think
lot of cats.
you're right.
Well, what that's going to do is it's going to force the bigger schools. It's going to force them to change how they do things.
Now,
You know what I'm saying?
You know what they're doing now? Real quick, they are recruiting freshmen and sophomore in high school, giving them offers.
Oh yeah. They started doing that.
Yeah.
I got a couple of my middle school kids were recruited.
They're
you know, I had the college coaches coming, and you know what I'm saying, and the scouts were coming, and at the coaching clinics that the high school and middle school coaches did with the different universities and the pros when we had the pro week and things of that nature. So yeah, they've been doing that now for about. Let me see here. So I've been out of coaching since 2016. So and they was doing that by like 2010.
Yeah,
I can remember a lot of my kids.
Yeah, because they trying to get a heads up from them the small colleges and HBUs. But see, that's going to change. That's going to change. That's going to change.
At the average AAU game, one section is nothing but college scouts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing but college scouts.
I'd be there also.
Yes, sir. You got to.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, you got to.
I'm also there. Yeah.
You know, when I that was the thing I loved about when I decided to go, you know, when I was coaching, I decided, you know, when I was at Southeastern, I was like, you know what, I really want to just stay, because I was doing both. It was getting kind of hard because the seasons were starting to kind of bump into each other a little bit. And but I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to dedicate 150% to these middle school kids.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't understand how important middle school is.
It's very important.
You know, see, Allen had it made. We had it from Earhart. We had Mr. Perk.
Yeah.
And Mr. Perk, when I tell you, that guy, he was coaching us on a college level. He wasn't coaching. He wasn't treating us like we was middle 6th, 7th, and 8th grade kids. He wasn't. He was really like, no. So I took that. I took his personality and took that to middle school. And I think that's why. Well, I know that's why I was successful.
Yeah,
you know, we were successful because, you know, we adapted some things that. And Sam Washington, that was one of the things he was so big on was change. He was like always saying, make sure you adapt, make sure you're able to adjust your system. Your system has to, you know, look at how long that man dominated. He dominated.
Yeah.
That's
true. That's very true.
And what's so amazing about that? It wasn't just in Michigan. It was people from out of state.
No, he dominated. No, his traveling teams was. I think he was probably in the single digits with his losses over his career with his traveling team.
Yeah. Dude. What I was saying is that
he started
anybody that played basketball in the United States, you had to go through St. Cecilia.
Definitely.
They talk about Rucker Park and all that. You had to go through St. Cecilia because the best of the best of the best of the best played right there.
That's right.
And Isaiah Thomas said that perfectly. He said that if anybody played basketball, you had to come through St. Cecilia.
That's right.
You had to come through St. Cecilia.
And look, and Zeke spent a lot of time with Sam. His first 5 years, he was just a student.
That's right.
A lot of people don't know that. Sam was the one in Zeke's ear telling him, hey, this is how you have to handle yourself as a professional. This is how you have to handle, as how I'm looking at this Lions team it kind of reminds me of how when Zeke came to Detroit, even the Pistons, how we had a couple of vets that was just all right. You know what I'm saying? And it came in, and Zeke came in, and he started, instantly putting his print because he knew where he wanted this team to be. He knew he wanted to play for a championship.
Yeah.
And so Alan, that's some really good information that our kids need to hear, and they need to hear it from somebody like yourself that's actually in the game right now. People kind of look at me, man, you ain't did this in a while, but I still have my ear and I still understand. But it's so good when we have guests like yourself that can come on the show and educate, our parents. Tell everybody real quick, Coach, when, because this is so important. I know the answers, but I love for people to hear them coming from you.
Mm-hmm.
What should be the first thing a kid does the end of their 8th grade year going into high school? If they want to be eligible for a scholarship.
What should be happening is they should be working closely. Now, a lot of times parents, the guidance counselors, and the coaches should be working together and communicating, talking about what they do for these young men. Now, one thing I got to stress, the 4-year basketball, baseball scholarships are not always out there all the time. They're going to have academics. Academics is going to have to be a key portion to a lot of things. There might be some full rides out there, not many full rides available. Come out of 8th grade, they should be really focused on solid academics, math and English. When we look at as transcripts or young ladies' transcripts, we look at the English score and then math score, okay, and see where they are, what happened. Parents and coaches should start work with that, making sure that they do their clearinghouse within that 10th grade.
That's what I want. That's what I wanted to really specify, because when I was leaving, right at my last year, the NCAA made some changes and said that you had to be registered in the clearinghouse in your 9th grade year. It used to be you could have some. So have they changed? Have they, since I left? Have they made?
I encourage no later. Sometimes they don't get it done. It used to be by your junior year. I encourage, make sure you get that thing done by the beginning of your 10th grade year. Okay, have that clearing done. Have those students take those practice ACT, SAT tests if they're going to be still using those. Because of COVID, right? They have another test they call the CLT test that they're doing, so that it's different from the and A, but they can take it online themselves, use that for scholarship money like that. So, but that's the biggest thing they want to really focus on getting, solid, because they're raising the GPA for scholarships. This going to 2.5 after a while. If you don't have a 2.5, you can't have.
It used to be a 2.0, didn't it, one time?
Yeah.
No, they're going to raise. They're raising. They're looking to raise it. They're tired of, they spend all the money, give scholarships, and the students that have don't take it serious enough to the point where they're getting the job done. So they want to make sure that they're going to spend their money, make sure it's money well spent. So that's why they're going to look into raise that a little bit.
So education is very important, and me and Coach Will always stress this. You're not an athlete student, you are a student athlete. So education is very, very important. So we as parents, as coaches, need to start getting on these children, you in elementary, middle school.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Hey, can we check some mics? I'm hearing a lot of popping. I don't know. I haven't had anybody say anything, but we're kind of going in and out. I'm hearing a lot of popping. Is that anybody's mic?
How you want me to do it, Coach?
mine to make sure it wasn't me.
Can you hear me okay? Testing? Good?
Yeah, I hear you, but it's a little static when you talk. But hopefully, if we have to, we'll do this show over again if anybody missed any information. If anybody want to call in, I have the number up, 248-417-5719. If you have a question for Coach Harris, if you're a parent, and if after the show airs live, if you still have questions, please type them in, and I'll make sure that Coach Harris, gets those questions. It's so important that we make sure that everybody understand. Look, without the academics, your child, I don't care how good they are, and we know if you put the three of us, we wrote down on a piece of paper all of the great athletes that we saw in our day that no one else got the chance to see on the next level, is because they didn't take their academics seriously. And unfortunately, back in our day, keeping it 100, a lot of coaches could care less if you had it or not. As long as they could, keep you on the court, that's all they cared about. But those days are over. A kid couldn't even come in my gym. You couldn't even come watch practice if you didn't. I raised my GPA to 2.5 to play on my team, period, because I wanted people to, excel instead of hitting the minimum. I wanted you to excel. I had one team 1 year where every single player on the team was a 3.0 or higher.
Yeah. That's good.
And no, we didn't win a championship. We didn't win that, but we won the academic championship. And three of my kids were tied for the league for academics. So
and
that's important.
It is. And then you have a lot of these, coaches that go to these young men and young ladies' houses to meet with their parents and tell them, yeah, you're gonna be a starter, and you have an opportunity to make it to the. Is that me, Coach?
This is a caller.
Yes. Oh.
Okay, hold on. Let me put you online. We got us a caller. That's what I'm talking about. Caller, what's your name?
It's Carlene.
Hey, Carlene.
High school, y'all. What's happening?
What's up? You know who this is, Alan?
Who's that?
Carlene. Basketball.
Come on. What's going on?
Basketball.
Hold on. Which Carlene? Oh.
I didn't play no basketball.
No, Did you play volleyball?
No, I was a swimmer.
Swimmer. Okay. I don't know why.
Oh,
you know what? I know who I'm mixing her up with. I'm mixing her up with what's her name? It's gonna come back to me. But okay, you're right.
Me, Trina, and Tony hung out.
Right. No, I don't know why I kept picturing you back.
Well, I got high school girls, right?
Right.
And my girls they're 4.0 students. They're doing very, very well, but they're athletes. They're not really athletes. They do that floor hockey, that golf, that type of stuff. But my question is actually, how soon do you? Because I know with having a 4.0, your chances are very good for getting scholarships.
Yeah.
So, where do you start putting them in, and where?
That's for you, Coach Allen.
Yeah. Well, basically, what grade are they? They high school?
My question is actually,
She breaking up. I guess she was saying, how soon do you put them out there for other colleges to look at them?
Hold on 1 second. Hey, Carly, you got to turn your volume down on the show because it's giving a lot of feedback.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's what she was saying.
Okay, so basically, she wants to know, what grade? He said, what grade are your daughters?
I got a 10th grade and an 11th grader.
Right now?
No,
yes.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, you should right now. He's saying right now. You should be doing it right now.
Okay. So do I do I search for the schools they're interested in, and then seeing what's necessary, what's necessary in order to get a scholarship there?
Yeah, what you do is each school has a website you go to, and then when you go to the sports website, you click on the sports interest form. It's a sports interest form that you fill out. You fill your daughter's information in there, the email address, and you send the sports interest form. Once you send that, the coach or the college recruiters, they start a database. Okay. When they see that GPA, what's going to happen is they call and write.
Say that one more time, Alan, because you kind of broke up a little bit.
Once they see the GPA of those students, the grade point average, if you say they 4.0 better, they call.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. What did you have another question, Carlene?
No, so you got to understand that the earlier you put it in, the better.
Oh, most definitely. But I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is what Alan was saying. 4.0, y'all gonna be look, your door gonna be getting knocked down.
Yeah,
you know,
swimming and golf.
That's good.
Academic. Well, a lot of people. Carlene, thanks for calling. I'm gonna go to the next caller.
Okay, I appreciate y'all.
No,
have a good day.
Thank you. Yeah. But one of the things I want to, iterate to parents out here, I don't care how good of an athlete your child is. If they are not academically together,
yeah,
Division I ain't gonna. They're gonna look at you like, okay. Because what people don't understand, and Alan, you can help me out with this. When you get to college, you realize you ain't as great.
No.
Now you got thousands.
No.
You compete now with that when you was the king of the state. You was probably even the prince or the duke.
I didn't when I got to. Well, I put in some work. But the academic piece, this is what happens. See, when you put them in a better situation, if they have solid academics, because what a coach gonna say is that person's an academic kid. I get him for free or her for free, and I can save my athletic scholarship somewhere else. So a person coming academics, they're like, "Hey, you come on," because for one, I can get you for free. For two, you're gonna help my GPA standards, and for three, you can really be on this team. You see, so they make room for that person all the time. I know I do.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear that? We need to be paid for all this beautiful information. I'm just joking. look at what look. This is information. This is information, folks. Everybody, all these other shows that's talking sports, they talk it. But I believe our guests that we bring, each guest that we brought on when we talk about sports, one of the key things that they all have in common, when we had football moms on and we had Akila Thomas, whose son plays for the Cleveland Browns, on, said the same thing.
That's right.
So if y'all think that there are some cheat codes, to getting your kid, in college and then on to professional sports, and even the pros, their standards are higher now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Man.
They want business people. They don't want just athletes. They want business people. They want people to come with a business plan.
Yeah. And you can't have any plans on embarrassing the program.
Right. Yeah.
Say that one more time.
Exactly. You cannot have any plan on embarrassing the program. If you got some stuff with you like that, they're not going to
they ain't gonna get you. And that's
clean up that social media.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that, my son, he's down in Georgia and he's 11 years old. He just got they just did a little tryout up there in Gainesville, Georgia. And my son ran 11 years old, ran a 5.08 in the 40. That's good.
Well, let's
11-year-old. But I told him, I said, man, you can do a whole lot better. You got to keep working, trust the process, and perfect your craft. But also with learning to play, and what he's doing good is in school. He's
that's
doing
right.
very good in school. You
That's
know,
right.
I tell him school is important. You
Right.
know, even though he really not, that virtual thing, he not really into it. But I told him, I say, this is what you have to do right now, son, because society as we used to know it is not the same right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
get it while you can, man. Education is very important, man. You know,
Yeah.
the sports gonna come, it's gonna be there. But the education, you got to have it, man.
Hey,
Nobody can't take that away from you.
can I send a quick shout out?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
I want to send a shout out to my little cousin, West Bloomfield state champion,
Yeah.
Mike Williams, junior year, multi-level major offers already. Check him out.
That's right. And I coached Coach Grice.
Oh, did
Coach
you?
Grice. Yeah,
Yeah.
he gave me my start, man. In high school. Yeah, I was his assistant over at Renaissance, man.
Okay, that's right. So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? I coached. It was crazy. I was coaching his nephew and pal. Didn't know it. He comes to practice. He said, "I
okay.
got to see this coach. My nephew talking about. He
Mhm.
loved him."
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know he was watching. This was stuff I found out afterwards.
I got
Once
you.
he, offered me the job. But he I learned a lot from him. And I also worked with the coach, man. Damn, why I can't get his name out to my head now? The head coach. He was a player development. He was doing high school and middle school development through the NFL and Alliance. The head coach for Bloomfield.
Oh, West Bloomfield.
I said his name last week, but
I mean,
we know. Right, he played for the Lions. Dude, don't get us. We getting old, coach. But so I had opportunity to work. It was something that I worked with both of them at different times. You know what I'm saying? And once when Grice went there, I was like, oh, they're gonna win because
right.
he's a very good coach. And when I'm talking about defense, man, this guy, I learned so much from him. That's why, hey, coach, that playbook, my defensive playbook, V, Grice helped me develop that. And that defense is what you see Bloomfield running. Monster program.
Okay.
Yeah.
Monster program. Great
Yeah.
group of kids. I didn't know that was your nephew. Great group of kids.
Yeah. Mike Williams.
Great group.
Just a junior.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see him repeating next year.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
I see him repeating next year.
I do
What
too.
happened to the Detroit State Championship? I ain't heard nothing. Who won the Detroit
You mean the
State
city championship?
City, the state. Who won
It's
it?
boring now. It's Cass Tech and
And King.
East English. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's boring. Who want to keep seeing the same thing every year? I mean, I'm just keeping it. I mean, I'm speaking for myself, y'all. I'm not speaking. Look, Welcher, Loving. Look, the brother do great things for these kids. Let me just say that because I don't want nobody to get this twisted. That Welcher stays busy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He's always thinking about football. He's the coach who's responsible for making sure that our coaches here in the city receive the best coaching clinics from the universities every year, dead on. It's in my email right now. Even though I'm retired, they still send me my invite, you know what I'm saying, to register, and attend these coaching clinics. So and he's playing the hand that he was dealt.
Okay.
I don't blame him. Right. Either the coach, not their fault.
That's right.
Hey, I want to bring up a memory when you brought up Thomas Welcher. I remember, man, we had a track meet at Holland Park High School, and it was the fourth heat in 100 meters. It was Curtis Duncan, Thomas Welcher, Donald Anderson, myself, um, and somebody else from Flint Northwestern and Saginaw University. Hey, look, we ran in the heat. All you could hear was this "Woo" from everybody in the stands. You know what I'm saying? And Thomas Welch was one of the fastest guys in the state.
Yes.
That man had some wheels on him,
And
especially when he played at Central. When he played at Central too, he was a monster there.
But big props that at least our coaches that are here that are winning, that are coaching programs, they're from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a plus when you talk about giving back. About the village. So just big shout out to
Big
them.
props to him.
So
Yeah, no doubt.
we went over a little bit.
Coach at West Bloomfield is Bellamy.
Bellamy. That's who you was talking about, Coach.
Bellamy.
Bellamy.
Bloomfield.
Yeah, there we go.
That's him.
Bellamy.
I'm just thinking. I don't Bellamy.
Right, my head. I'm 56, man. I'll be 57 this year. It's like the brain just kind of like, you know what you want to say, but it just don't want to come out. I'm like, damn.
Man, I'll be 57 next Thursday.
I'll be 54 on next Sunday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 2 choruses in the house.
Yeah.
So you're a year older than Rock. That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Rock is right 1 year.
Right. Yeah, because you.
Hey, happy early birthday! If I don't talk to you, Coach, happy early birthday to you.
Same to you, man. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
So real quick, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We appreciate Coach Allen being here, my friend, my brother, Allen B. Harris. I always like to throw that middle initial because it just sounds so sweet. But also, I wanted to let everybody know that this is going to be our last episode for a while. I'm about to be prepared to get ready for surgery. So we're going to take a little hiatus. We'll announce when we're going to be coming back. hopefully it won't be that long. But I really need this time now to focus on the mental part of getting ready to undergo. I've been through this similar procedure before, and the first time I didn't take the kind of time I needed before surgery to really, and plus I didn't know what I was getting into, but now I understand more because I've been there. So I want to give myself that opportunity to mentally prepare myself for this. We're in COVID, but as always, I tell everybody, please wear your mask. I'm not going to talk about the shot. I'll leave that for that conversation, for another day. But I see a lot of people are traveling. A lot of people are still having parties and things of that nature. And I'm just going to say this to folks. This new strand, there's no virus for it. And there's been more people passing away a lot faster from this new virus, this new strand of COVID than the previous one. And so, all I'm saying to people is that for those of you who can't sit still, that's fine. But then think about the people that you could be asymptomatic and not know.
That's true.
And go around others and give it to them. They get sick, catch it. Go give it to somebody else. Give it to somebody else. I mean, we just got to look at how this whole process works. Right. I'm going to be watching the Super Bowl by myself at home. Now, I might go live. Might stream it. We might, be able to do a streaming party. But I'm not. It's not worth the risk.
No, it's not.
No, but it's my birthday, but I think I'm gonna be at home.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Yeah.
I look, my birthday, it wasn't, mine was in November, and didn't go out. I'm usually out traveling, going somewhere, doing something. Hey, I was at home chilling.
Yeah.
So
that's
all I'm just. Go ahead.
Alex.
Just I'm just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart that has tuned in. We don't have the big numbers live, but during the week, people come in and tune in and check us out and watch. Thanks to my Western family.
Yep.
Coach B, great co-host. I'm looking forward to the next phase. We got some things. We got a lot of stuff cooking, y'all. So just know that that's the whole reason I want to get this out of the way, because got a lot of great things on the table. Alan, I'll be telling you about. I haven't told you a couple of them, but I'll tell you off air some of the other stuff.
Like I said, anything I can do, can you plug, pray at your surgeon, everything. Well,
thank you.
Looking forward to doing this again.
Oh, no definitely, doubt. Man. Look. When we have guests like Alan, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours isn't even enough time.
We can go all day
because it's so much of information that especially our young people and their parents, they need to hear. And and if I could say this real quick, let me just give this quick message to coaches. You're not doing your kids any justice if you're not sharing this exact same information to your kids' parents or guardians.
That's right.
There's no reason we should have to have kids. I don't care if you're a little league coach. If you are just what other sport league is that? Where it's just a league, just for just to come in and have fun. You should be taking that opportunity. You're teaching kids. You should be educating them and their parents about things that they need so that they can get to the next level.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not doing our kids any justice by thinking that information is only for the studs.
That's
for
true.
The so-called superstar athletes.
And then some
of them are the ones that never go anywhere.
That be the bus.
Right. Most of the superstars are the ones that rarely ever go anywhere.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
We should be focusing our attention on our our student athletes.
Yeah.
Because one thing I've learned, it's three sides. You've got the kid to the left who could care less about anything, grades, anything. You got the kid to the right that's the superstar. It's the kid in the middle we always don't pay attention to.
Let's forget about. That's right.
And those are the kids that we should be giving 150% of the 200% of our attention to.
Yeah,
because the kid on the left, if you leave them alone, after a while, one or two things will happen with that kid. They'll come over to the middle.
Yeah.
Kids are smart. They want attention, even the bad ones.
That's true.
But if we keep continuing to give our attention and focusing all of our energy on the bad ones, and forget about the kids in the middle, because we always gonna praise the kids that's got the 4.0s and the 4.1. You know what I'm saying? We own them. It's the kids in the middle. And those are the ones that end up going to the left. And the bad kids can recruit them.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
That's
they get successful.
That's the formula for parents. All three of us came up from neighborhoods that had drug dealing, killing, and everything you could imagine.
Right.
Look at us. I got chased on a daily basis almost, trying to get the gangs trying to jump me in.
Yo, me too.
See what I'm saying?
Well, I was the one that was in the gang.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But look who we got. We got the one in the gang now sitting here telling y'all, look.
They ain't right. It ain't the life. Been there,
It
done
ain't
that.
worth it.
It ain't the life. I want to say this though. Go ahead, coach. Go ahead, coach. Go ahead, coach.
Your story got to be heard too.
Yeah.
Your story got to be heard too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's one of the things that
I hear it.
That is one of the things that I do. I ain't never put it in no book or put it on like we doing right now. But when I'm one on one with players, I tell them about me, what I done been
Actually,
through,
no,
what I
coach,
done
we
done.
did it last week. We did.
Yeah.
You get a chance. Look at last week's episode. We went into more detail with V, and you know, and you know what happened with him with his career and how he ended up, you know, now being what we call a returned citizen. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
and
but you and I, we were just a situation from being there ourselves.
For real.
I mean,
like
either
right,
could,
it was like that
right there.
It was that close.
Close.
Yeah.
You know,
big time.
Yeah, that's important. That's
You know,
important.
Yeah, that's one. Like I say, that's what I do, and I want thank Coach Will, because when I first met him, we really didn't hit it off right away, but we grown to respect and love one another, and we both have the same philosophy, even though I may do it different or he do it different, but it's still the same. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank Coach Will for giving me the opportunity to host this show with him, because I thought I wasn't gonna be doing nothing. I like coaching and teaching the game, and here in Michigan, I'm not given that opportunity because of my past. But down south, they don't say nothing about that. As long as you doing what you're supposed to do to mold these young men and young women, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And being around Coach Will, man, helped take me to another level. Just like with being around Coach Chad, who got the Georgia Knights Academy up there in Gainesville, Georgia, and Coach Leonard, who you had the opportunity to meet, him and his wife, Coach Will, that has the Georgia Cardinals, and Coach Marcus James, who had Team James, who gave me the opportunity to coach against the United States Army at Fort Benning in Columbus, Georgia. And Coach Donnie, all of them is a big influence in my life, man. And I thank God for all y'all that, came in existence in my life, man. For real. That's for real.
Okay. Hey, Mo Bruner says still go with Trey Lance at number 7. Hey,
Trey Lance.
Right now, man, the board is so wide open for the Lions. That's the hard part. As good as all this looks, that's still going to be very difficult. The 7 decisions that they got to make.
Yeah. But you know what? Detroit Lions remind me, if you ever watch, and I brought this up earlier when me and Coach Will was talking, it's the movie called Draft Day about the Cleveland Browns with Kevin Costner with the general manager of that team. Right now, Detroit is in the driver's seat. They are in the driver's seat to shift up that NFL draft right now.
Especially to have that many first-round picks.
Yeah.
I mean, see, it's hard when you only got 1 or 2.
Right.
Because you can go either way.
Right.
We got a lot of first-round draft picks that we've seen that flopped. You know what I'm saying? But when you're a team that you got 5 to 7, I'm sorry, when the first round, I think they got 3 altogether for the first round. That's a lot.
Right.
That's a lot. It is.
That's like hitting the lotto.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It is. It is.
So I'm gonna say this much. I'm glad I'm not in your position. Glad we get the Monday morning quarterback this one. But I do like what I'm seeing so far on paper, and we'll see where it goes from there. Thanks everybody. Thanks to Pepsi. Had to get that shout out. Thanks to Pepsi.
Ah.
Thanks to yeah, that's how I get the freebies. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to Pepsi. Thanks to everybody that's giving us the support. We'll be back. We'll be posting. I'll be posting, keeping everybody up on when we'll be back. Until thanks to Coach Alan Harris. He was actually supposed to be our second guest. His basketball program, things was moving. Practice was lasting longer. COVID was causing COVID was really messed a lot of things up and caused people to have to move differently.
Right. Especially on it's still doing it right now. You see, Michigan just got back on the court. They was done for like 14 days, man. The whole squad had to sit down, man.
Yeah.
So everybody take this thing serious, man. Because I give a shout out to all the healthcare workers that's putting in countless hours. Doing what they supposed to do. Sandra, I'm proud of you. I love you. You doing an amazing thing at your job, man. You are, so everybody,
let's not forget, this is one of the things I want people to remember. And, of course, our police officers, our law enforcement, our EMT, our grocery store clerks, our warehouse workers, because without them people, we wouldn't have. Look, go to these where Amazon and a few distribution warehouses and things of that nature. These people are still going to work. So the food can still get put on the shelves. Truck drivers, we can't just put. Unfortunately, the healthcare workers, their thrust in this has a lot to do with the carelessness of a lot of people.
That's right.
That's right. And for the sacrifices that a lot of people are still making to go to work so that we can have food on our, able to go to the grocery stores and get food.
That's right.
And we're even going to talk about all of the other little, small things. You know what I'm saying? Like restaurants. Those are still businesses. Those are things people depend on income. So it's a lot of people that are being affected. Even in the music, even in the music and entertainment business, it's hard.
Yeah, you're right.
And people, if you haven't at least been COVID tested, go get tested. This kind of reminds me. Remember on Facebook when first Facebook started getting real popular, and we were still under the HIV, and it was like, post you positive or negative. Wait, watch y'all. I want to see all these challenges. I got mine. I don't have a problem. I'll post mine. Why we started challenges? Let's see who got their COVID test and who can post a positive.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, we got. I just want to. I want to leave on a note of people really hearing what our voice is about. We can sit up and we can debate politics and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, people got to make decisions. And when I talk about COVID, we can't just automatically think about COVID and think about death. There's a lot of people, but there's more people who survived through COVID. But here's the deal. The side effects. The long-term effects from that virus, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So, I know one person personally, it affected his brain. Young guy. It was really good. He had a really good. He's messed up. He's got some brain issues now.
Man,
y'all gotta take this stuff serious. For y'all that think y'all invincible, just remember, you probably are invincible, but you also are the reason that other people are getting it and are possibly dying.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah.
Think about that. Now we got a lot of murderers out here. We got a lot of people who don't have a problem. That's their life's mission, to take as many lives as they possibly can. And these are some of these people are people that you think are your family and friends.
It's true.
Yeah.
Something to think about. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my high horse. I get to use my platform this one last time for a minute to be on my high horse to tell y'all, if y'all not taking this virus serious, shame on you.
Yep.
Shame on you. Yeah.
For y'all that are succumbing to oh wow, I'm gonna take advantage of these discounts that they giving to fly. You know, look, I have a child that works in the travel industry. First thing he told me was, Dad, he was like, I wish a lot of these people would stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have a problem if they shut it down for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the risk that they have to take.
Yeah.
Because people don't want. And here's the thing: it's not because they're traveling for business; they're traveling for fun.
For fun.
Imagine the risk that they taking because you want to have fun. It ain't that you had to fly on emergency because your loved one got sick or a job, interview or your job. You just want to go have some fun.
That's it.
Stack your money up, saving when all this is, then flatline. Then you can go and really have some fun. Me personally, I don't see how anybody going to Vegas having fun. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's my other home. I don't know how y'all having fun. You don't know what you're missing. Like for I don't get it. Mardi Gras. You going to I don't get it. You going to Miami. I don't get it. But hey, I can't not, for a lot of people, this is their first time. Probably their only opportunity that they'll ever have, to get out and travel. So, I guess. But I'm good. Thank y'all so much.
No
Coach
doubt.
B,
Thanks, Coach Allen.
Want to leave everybody with anything?
No doubt.
All right. Hey, y'all, enjoy the Super Bowl. I'm gonna go live on Super Bowl. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna be right here on my recliner. You know what I'm saying? All my Super Bowl snacks. All for me. I don't have to share none this year. Ain't that cool?
No. I don't have to share nothing.
All right, y'all. Thanks,
Hey,
everybody.
hold on, Paul, before you go. For everybody that's finna throw Super Bowl parties, have a freaking mask on.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
But you know what? Let me say that on that. But, Coach, let me just say this right quick. For a lot of people that don't know, I mean, yeah, cool, wear a mask, but here's the deal. If people are not sanitary, if those masks are not right, if they're not N95, and you just got people that's got the homemade mask or the mask that they bought from my man Alan got the mask that we sell, you know what I'm saying? If they're not N95, y'all are going to be up in there, they're going to get wet because you're going to be talking and screaming and hollering, and now bam. So I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all.
And I just found out that the one that
on your clothes, on your hands.
The one that I wear for my job, this is no good.
This is no good. Yeah.
This is no good.
You got to double up.
Double up on
it. Anybody want to see it? I got one. Do you want me to show you what it looks like?
It got them two little things on the side of it. Yeah, I know what it is.
Here, let me show it real quick. I got it. 1 second.
Hey, Coach, I want to ask you, how was it like playing overseas?
That was I enjoyed the short time that I was there. I enjoyed
it. Because I was in I coached out there in Hungary, man.
Okay.
Yeah, oh my God. Oh my God, man. It was amazing. It was amazing.
This is an N90. This is an N95.
Got you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is what an N95 looks like. The other thing is, it's like when you wear this mask, if you want to be fashionable, what I do is I put my company mask that I have made up, I put it over it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this is the foolproof one. When you put this bad boy on, when you put it on, nothing's getting through there.
Yep.
But it's just so important, man. That people got to take this. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just saying, too many people getting sick with this new strand. Come on, y'all. You know, they still just learning how to identify the new strand.
Yeah.
This isn't so much to this. So, you know, I just want everybody to be safe. You know, none of us know when our time is gonna come.
That's right.
That's the one thing none of us don't know. And I'm not talking about this. Right. I'm not talking about this from a death point. I'm talking about it just from my health and safety.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Consequences for everything that we do. Live your life to the fullest, but do it safe. What do we always say about sports? Let's have fun, but let's be safe. We always have to put safety first.
That's right. That's right.
With that, I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us. Everett Studios and Productions, LLC. Coach Alan B. Harris for being a beautiful guest, man.
Appreciate having me, man.
I'm gonna call you, man, so we can just chalk it up, you know, a little more. And
Coach V, you call me.
I'll get the number from Coach Will.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. Thanks to Mo Bruner. Thanks to Derek Smith. Thanks to Bebe Elliott, Carlene Hatcher. Thanks to Sonia Richardson, Eric Buckner. Want to thank E-Buck. I thought E was gonna call us because he got the questions. But thanks to Eric Buckner, and his entire Nighthawk Network, for all the support and tuning in. Thanks to Nathaniel Hampton. Thanks to Janelle. I can't pronounce her last name. Don't kill me on this, Janelle. And Akila Thomas and Lily Johnson.
Don't forget Camille.
For tuning in. Thanks to
Northwestern coach.
Thanks to Coach V.
Northwestern, no doubt, y'all.
Thank you so much, everybody. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy your Sunday. And as always,
let's go, go Blue, go Lions.